it's not the last time. It's not the last time. There's a fire inside of me. I wanna burn for you tonight.
It's time for Power Hour.
Hello, traders. Welcome to the Wednesday stream where the development we are seeing today is somewhat notable until it's not. Where yesterday buyers recaptured that critical inflection zone manufactured over 3 months into 2024 all the way into early 2025. You broke it, you candle closed, confirmed above it. And today, at the lowest point, anyone want to tell me or what happened? I mean, I'm looking at it and it's like, we didn't make, this has been here, 91,926, all the streams. Did we even fall below it? I mean, or did we just hit it literally perfectly and bounce? And so like, 45 minutes till it's confirmed, you know, the breakout or break back in, and then the confirmation, what was once a support all these different times, it's support again. So that's what I'm seeing. And what we know about this level is there's just not much here till $99,300. So you just got to wonder, is this real? Because if it is real, there's like 7% upside on Bitcoin to that level. Discord link doesn't work. I don't know. Are you sure about that? That's right. It's the dragon. Yeah, we broke the dragon spine and the tail began its development, and the tail has grown even larger today, larger than yesterday. We saw a high $94,686, and that's the highest price we had seen since March 2nd. And that was the crazy Sunday morning Trump tweet. It was just insider trading at the White House, and then they rugged it. But after they rugged it, at least you got a luxurious bearish backtest to reconfirm the 91.9 level as resistance perfectly. Man, God, dude, they were expecting it, didn't they? March 6th, we rolled over again. And now you're getting the equal and opposite price action that we received March 6th. You were receiving April 23rd today. So, I mean, obviously you got to get follow through, but I mean, that's something to be like somewhat cautiously optimistic about. I'm okay with it. Anything above 91.9 is incredible. I mean, the colors you see should be brighter. The smells should be stronger. The things you hear should be crisper. Any day above this level on Bitcoin, if you care. That's all I can say. Yeah, Trump coin. Oh, God. Yes, Faraz. Trump coin. Dinner tweet. We want to look at it just for the literal memeage, the mimetic behavior of these jokes. Here it is. No edge. Nothing really made sense. It just, up 53.26%. Still not even a higher high than that early March high. Underperforming Bitcoin technically from this peak, from this level. This was the insider, White House insider trade dump day, or pump dump. So, but getting pretty close. But man, that's second highest volume we've ever seen. Second to the crazy FOMO January 19th day. Oh, God. It was over for the whole crypto market the next day. So rejoice in the casino. All it takes is one tweet to make the entire equities market gap up, even after bearish backtest key levels. So cool stuff, dude. All right. Let's go to Bitcoin dominance, because it is still just, remember, the past 2 days in a row, highest prices we had seen in over 4 years. Today we're pulling back a little bit, 0.29%, almost nothing. Just a red candle. We see those. They don't really mean anything. That's where you are. And I would imagine, because Bitcoin's flat today, but Ethereum's up 2.52%. Solana's up 1.75%. Some of these altcoins are up pretty well today. Chainlink's up. Lind is up. Aave. The others, Maker. Can't even believe how good it looks. That's how. I had that up on my on the stream before Bitcoin. Like, Maker, dude, you're talking about accumulation confirmed, but it's not just accumulation confirmed. It's like $1,100 or $1,200 back tested as support. Broke the 200 moving average, and now up against the supply line. Takes you back to April of last year. A 1 year downtrend. Over 1 year now. Looking poised for maybe a break, 1750, 2000. And what's cool about it is, if we Fibonacci from it was wonderful extension. This is a deep crab pattern that eventually rallied. But where did they bottom out at before putting in these two higher lows? The 88% retrace, the value perceived area. Can't make it up. Even a back test to 788. Wow, how many times? Resistance. They flipped it to support early February, but something that just looks pretty interesting here. These are structures that I can get behind. I can get excited about. A lot of cryptos were not doing anything like this. In fact, I'm not even thinking about any that look like this. A lot of the rallies we're getting are off the lowest lows. But the lowest low was February 6th. And here we are with two higher lows, one March 9th and one April 8th. This is a different world. This is good for higher prices, quite possibly. You have evidence of accumulation here. So make of that what you will on Maker. I haven't come here in a while. It isn't even on my watch list. It is now. And probably should have been monitoring this more closely. Because something's different about it. It's on Breakout Watch too. So anyway, so Bitcoin dominance. Let's go to Ethereum now, up 2.6%, as they had captured prices above 1728. That was a big deal. Mega bullish engulfing candle, and it's cool you're catching fall through today. So you're going to get the highest daily candle close, it seems, since April 4th. See, not even 1 month high. It's like, oh god, it's not exciting. Great that it rallied. Great that it's outperforming Bitcoin right now, but we have a date with the supply line that takes you back to mid-December. It's coming, right? You're right there, 1847. You break that, then you got to deal with the horizontal line resistances. There's no blue skies, green grass on Ethereum. There are so many levels that have been regarded as support resistance at this point in the zone. It's just tough. It's like any of them could be regarded as levels where there's a lot of supply set up, and where if there's not enough demand on this asset, certainly the buyers would relent and you'd roll over again. There's no confirmation lows locally. There's no accumulation arguments really on significant time scales yet. That's okay. You don't have to for pumps to happen. That's cool. It's probably way overdue for a pump. Yeah, all right. If you're talking about altcoins and things that are not Bitcoin, I think this Solana had a better argument due to its price action correlation to these key levels that we know so well. We intimately know them because we've had experiences at them in the past, if you remember. And so just with this, right, still a couple amazing bullish back tests, incredible engulfing candle, and yesterday was the highest close since March 2nd, and guess what? Today will be the highest close since March 2nd, given we don't lose 1.86% of our value in the next 37 minutes. So next target, you would think, before we see any controversy, would be like 160 to 162. Looking left, these orange lines here, you can clearly see points of inflection. So a good day for some alts. I would say, though, looking at the 4 hour, on Bitcoin, breaking a level, confirming it as support, and then we engulfed on the last 4-hour candle, and this candle is going to be fall through. It's pretty good. Like, it could have been a lot worse, man. I'm talking we could have been doing, okay, this candle isn't, we're not as fortunate. Bids don't come in here, and we just end up being down here below the major inflection point and failing, up thrusting. That would be awful. I would not be as excited today if that occurred. So Solana, you got a little more upside, probably about 6-7%, or maybe 5-6% now, because it's up 2% on the day. But, all right, cool. XRP, after that incredible breakout yesterday, at least of the supply line, you are still, right, if we discuss a potential inverse head and shoulder situation, you still have a neckline that's like right here that they're, you know, they tested it yesterday, and they were breaking it. It was like an actual clean break was occurring when it was at its highs of its day. I mean, 230, and look what they're doing. They're not letting it break out. Unfortunate. I think, like, if you, here's the thing though, like, if Bitcoin is actually doing what we think what we are witnessing it doing, okay, I'm not crazy, it's actually happening. We have recapture level, we're reconfirming it as support so far. If that continues with more favorable price action, because that tends to happen on bullish backtests, then you know this level will break, because a rising tide lifts all ships. Somewhat. I mean, lately it had not been like that, but all of a sudden it kind of like flipped, where, oh, it is kind of a rising tide lifts all ships. Well, that Bitcoin pump yesterday, everything started catching bids finally. So you just wonder, can you break this 223 neckline of potential inverse head and shoulders down here? Consequences, I mean, a 250 plus target. All right, it's starting to become a pretty structure. I mean, you can see it. And, you know, the one characteristic that could make it stronger. One sec.
Anonymous tipped $25. Hey Mitch,
Hey.
can you take a look at Croused? I see bad with IHS. Thank you.
What's up, Anonymous? Thank you, dude, so much for the contribution to this stream, man. Yeah. We will take a look at crypto.com, Crow, Matt Damon coin, we call it. Thank you. So the characteristic of this potential structure been in development, I guess, since late March. You know, you have a left shoulder, a left shoulder ahead, and then a right shoulder. And what makes it kind of strong is the fact that we already discussed the sign of strength, where the sellers were unable to even test the key inflection zone again, right? But also at the same time, they were unable to rival the left shoulder. So when you have a right shoulder that is higher than the left shoulder, I think that's like a indication of strength. Too much demand for now. So everyone, I guess we'll just have our alert set up right at the breakout point. I'm around 224. Hear that beep? Good things are coming. You should all have an alert set up there. All right. Hype for XRP. BNB down almost 2%. They nearly ran it to the 621 level. And that's it. A kind of tweezer topping. What? Wow. It's like actually, you know, 2 days in a row. Same intraday highs and reversing. I mean, we'll just pay attention to it. You knew your upside potential was about to this point. So, yeah, kind of weak compared to others. There's no other mega market cap crypto that's down like BNB. I wonder what's going on there. I don't know. Risk management wise, it's kind of tough, you know. It's been tough. Okay. Really sore. So we got 31 minutes to the close. It was a gap up type of day on the equities market. We haven't done this in a minute, and I'll start coming back to it. But Jonathan, how we doing?
I like turtles.
here's your total market cap. Butterfly got nearly to 2.3 trillion, but they front ran it a little bit. And then the Trump tweet, and the Trump tweet was real. Recaptured 2.58 trillion. They even back tested it, and you've run, and now look where we are. I mean, a 200-day simple moving average on totals, total market cap. Testing that 200 as well as 2.9 trillion. What is that? Oh, well, it's the old highest daily candle close ever from November of 2021. Beginning of that inflection zone with the wick high at 3 trillion. So up against a big resistance. It's nice that you're making a higher high than the March 25th high. That is nice, but man, it's a tall order to break 3 trillion, I think. Breaking it would be of major consequence, but here we are just knocking on the door, and it's weird because this big level that Bitcoin is now regarding as support, total is regarding as resistance at its highs. So, okay. At some point, even if so, it rolls over here, all we got to do is put in a higher low than the previous low, which is, shoot, dude, 2.3 trillion. You do that, all of a sudden we can discuss momentum shifting into the hands of the buyers. So that'd be good. All right, so there's your crypto analysis, man. We start the stream. If you want to see it real quick, Ethereum paired against Bitcoin. Well, yesterday we had a bullish engulfing candle. Today we caught a little fall through. So maybe they run this thing back up to 2 million Satoshis. This is the best rally we've had on Ethereum paired against Bitcoin since looks like February. And it was 2 days and then it collapsed again. So hard to trust this. I mean, it's like, hey, I'd like to trust in the downtrend, you know, despite where it goes, it's going to be a lower high most likely. Unless Ethereum, you know, Vitalik starts working out again, or I don't know what would change this trend, because we know what changed the trend to begin with, and that was proof of work going to proof of stake. This Wyckoff distribution's been identified for years. I mean, as early as November, December 2022, last point supply at that point. Yep. Yeah, man, how it's aged very well, like a fine wine. Okay, S&P 500 was up 1.55% today. They filled the gap from yesterday, and then they just gapped this thing up on, you know, a Trump tweet with the Chinese tariffs, blah, blah, blah. And that puts you in a not a very great situation. I mean, hey, if it was unpredictable due to tweets, it's even more unpredictable now, because the question is, what gap's going to fill first? Are we going to go fill 564 first? Or are we just going to go fill the gap from yesterday at 527? Great question. They regarded 540, an old support from September, as resistance. That's what happened today. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's okay. Looking at futures, it's a mixed bag. All right. But let's look at the other index funds first, and then we'll look at all four. Dow Jones. See, this is a situation where it's like, are they putting in a higher low here? Because if they do, it's one low, the second low. It's like a dragon almost, where you go way higher, and then you top out making a lower high than previous high after a crazy buyer-inducing rally, and then it rolls over later. But I would hope that would happen. Dude, I'm not like hoping that the markets implode further than they are right now. Okay, I'm not hoping for that. All I can say is, like, today, the Dow Jones, like, they gapped it up based on a stupid tweet, and all they did was, you tell me, am I crazy here? Look left. March of last year, May of last year, July of last year, look, September last year. You can certainly tell 39.8 to 40K is a major inflection zone on this chart. Psychologically speaking, it's very real. But they tested it, And then they confirmed it as resistance and closed the day below it. That's it. And they had not yet done that. Do you understand? They had not formally done it. They broke it April 16th. And at no point after the 16th did they confirm this level as resistance. They did not. You can clearly see they did not. But today is the first day they're doing that. And from these two highs I see here, this is a lower high than these highs. Up 1.07% today. So you'd think like, hey, there's an unfilled gap up here at 42.2, but you're not in near as good shape as the spider. I mean, this gap could be filled as early as tomorrow. Right? Tough to get excited about equities, at least on the Dow Jones, with this price action to this very real level. So I'm just not excited. NASDAQ, they gapped it up. You're all over the place, man. This high volatility environment's ridiculous. It's like every day, right? Just think about it. April 15th, they closed it at 16.8. Then the 16th rolls around and we opened, gapped down, sold off, closed, 16.3. Then the 17th, we gapped up and sold off and closed around where we closed. And then, oh, look, the 21st, we gapped down and then we close at 15.9. And then we gap up 16,000, close at 16.3. Then we gap up again. Then we're going to gap down. It's like, good luck, man. Good luck with this market. So, I mean, I guess it's cool that we are above 16,443. And that's great. Anything above that, feel a little safer. But, and yeah, maybe a low. Maybe they're putting in a higher low here. And we go for a big run here. But, man, just understand gaps fill and you just create another big one. So up 2.5% today. Hype. Sorry, dude. I'm like really tired. Okay. As they were testing below 188, you just gapped up 1.4% on a tweet, and you closed pretty much at the lowest point of the day, after the gap. And that's it. Above 188, you're kind of okay. But are there any forms of confirmation? Are there any structures? No, there's none of that. So it's like have fun at the casino if you want. Enjoy your casino. Look at that. You look kind of maybe what makes sense with 1 anchor point, 2 anchor points, and they just ran up and tested the supply line again. Yeah, it's almost like a descending, broadening wedge or channel that they violated, and they recaptured it, reconfirmed it. So, all right. And now we'll look at the futures. Top left, S&P. Top right, Dow Jones. Bottom left, NASDAQ 100. Bottom right, Russell 2000. So it's like cool on the S&P that we gapped up. It's cool that at the highs of the day we saw 54.65 tested, but rejected, and that's it so far. So still not making a higher high than the high from April 9th. Both of these highs are actually lower than this high, and you just have that unfilled gap. And then 52.84. Maybe they come back down, fill the gap, and maybe they hold it, but that's a huge deal of a level. Not as fortunate on the Dow Jones futures because we already looked at the bearish back test confirmed today. Well, you can see it more clearly on the futures, that 40K, right? They gapped us up just to confirm that level that was once a support, resistance, resistance. It has flipped to resistance, been confirmed as resistance, and that's it. So you're so close to the gap fill. It wouldn't even be a big deal. Oh, they fill the gap, then you rally. Wow. I mean, just seems like that would probably be on deck. The NASDAQ above 18.4 is good, but unfilled gap. Russell 2000, 19.24. This is a big deal. They kind of like fell back below it, unfilled gap. So, all right, that's where we are. Flipping coins, gapping up, gapping down. Good Lord. Thanks for the nearly 700 people here. We got 21 minutes till the daily close. 21 minutes till we could say that buyers have confirmed a key level of support on Bitcoin. I'm excited. I hope it sustains, and if it does, I'm just hoping for follow through in the coming days, weeks. It'd be great. Gold finally pulled back. But it was pretty crazy to see that it right, you had the literal equal and opposite price action from equities, futures, where the futures gapped up on the China tariff stuff, and then gold gapped down. But pretty much out the gate, gold buyers rallied the price to fill the gap, and then it sold into all day and then closed at its lowest price since April 15th. And it's gapped up on the new open. It's up 0.77%, but we had discussed this. What that could be is like a dark cloud cover or shooting star dark cloud cover combination, whatever. Right? Why? Because they opened higher than the previous candle's close, pierced through 50% of the previous candle's body, and now you have a follow through price action candle. So hard to count out gold though, man. Something fundamentally shifting, but it's just, yeah, have fun guessing when it's going to top out. You can try to identify Japanese candlestick patterns in price discovery, but it's not going to be the strongest argument. I mean, you want to see structures develop, like structures develop, and then big sell-offs, and then attempted rallies, and then stalling out, and then right here you'd probably have a stronger argument identifying Japanese candlestick patterns, right? Oh, dark cloud cover here on the second test of a key level after a big drawdown on the attempted rally. Probably a better argument for a more real reversal. So right now you're just kind of, maybe it's gonna play out. Maybe this is the top. Probably not. And even if it is the top, it'll sell off a little more, back test 3,100, and then just rally again later. Yeah, this is a crazy trend. Not really anything out there like this right now. But what's kind of crazy, gold pulled back, and on the pullback, what was maybe the capital, when people took some profit, it rotated into silver. And we discussed one of the most recent streams, back in the early 1980s, the gold run and then the delayed silver run after. And there you go. I mean, this $32.50 level is now being formally regarded as support with a really nice bullish engulfing candle. It's like Ethereum's engulfing candle. And that was the highest daily close since April 2nd. And you're V-shaping off the crash, the flash crash, whatever. And monthly is, you're waiting for $50 on the monthly eventually. But yeah, that's some good, nice positive price action to a level. And it seems like you're probably going to go test 34.50, but probably on the way to highest high of entire uptrend been going on, for a few years now. Higher highs, higher lows consecutively. So very strong. Rep, there you go, man. Maybe this is answering the question. Where does gold gains go? They get out up here. Silver? Not Bitcoin. I mean, I don't think it's people like taking money out of gold, putting it in Bitcoin. I don't think. Just be into another commodity. Yeah, most commodities not doing too great today. Like palladium, where it looks like, oh, they're putting in a bottoming structure. Everything's so good, man. everything was good until recently. Yeah, everything was good until recently. This most recent price action is concerning, where, hey man, that's fine to make the same lows, but as long as you're trading above key inflection points locally and from history, you're fine. And you're still technically okay because you're above some levels, but the recent price action here, this high lower than these two highs, lower than this high, then all of a sudden something uncharacteristic of Palladium was the lower low. Then this low, this low, this low, this low. All these lows, it was like we were done with that. And then not just that, but now the rally, it's a lower high. And you're just back testing, you're below the 200-day simple moving average. It's almost like you're shifting from what we thought might be accumulation into a redistribution. And I don't really know why, what's going on, what the narrative would be on that, but man, it's just not as appetizing with these newer data pieces. Ugh. Like, even if I looked at this like that, I'd be like, what's going on? Why all of a sudden after testing and failing so many times at resistance, are we starting to show accumulation again? I think you'd be concerned too. It's not like a good risk management level because it's been destroyed, and you're at resistance, so it's like to long it's tough, or to short it would be tough here, but it's just not good price action anyway. So, and platinum too, it's heart rate monitor, man. All these local lower highs, now lower low. I mean, intraday this month you put in the lowest price since early March last year, so over 52-week lows on platinum. But just untradeable, man. Really, it seems like there won't ever be direction. And if there ever is, it's like, how did you know? Must have had inside info, because any rally you get is just, it peaks out and dumps again, and we get right back down to $900. So fixed price on platinum. Anyway, so let's go to that request real quick. Yeah, Crow. Old Crow. Well, back to some interesting levels, that's for sure. I mean, a historical level where big moves have happened after buyers confirm 7.2 cents as support. Yeah, I mean, M shape down here. It's 100% M shape, but dude, there's definitely evidence of some accumulation going on Crow. Okay, there just is. Man, I like the low. I like this low higher than this low, and this low technically higher than this low on the candle close. And now we got a good big green candle with the macro yesterday. And now you're getting above this big level, resistance, support from 2020. Yeah, man, Crow could be a lower risk play down here. I mean, I would think that historically, 12.6 cent target, swing high, swing high, swing high reversals. I think that would probably be your target down here. Yeah, not many assets are actually looking like this in crypto. Remember, they're all rallying off their lowest low of the sell-off correction for 3+ month correction. Almost all of them. Lowest low. Not many out there you could say, oh, wow, there's like actually daily accumulation signatures. Definitely looking like it here on Crow. So make of that what you will. I like this. I like the way it looks locally. Almost like a second bottom. It's hard. How do you manage risk here? I guess a stop loss below 8.6 cents somewhere. Probably be safer below 7.98 cents. Below that green candle. But man, it's a lot of downside. So yeah, you're just at a pretty magic level. And what's crazy is, okay, the lowest low in 2023, but then all these lows are higher than this low. Yeah, I like Crow right here, man. It's pretty good. 93.6 on Bitcoin. We got 11 minutes and change till the daily close. It's up and down. It's been oscillating all day. Flat. Just a reminder, someone donated for Crow. Well, here we are. Yeah, I'm optimistic on this above 8.6 cents given enough time.
Anonymous tipped $25. Big time, BitGet, because it's on the cusp of something good.
Big time. We were going to have a big time, man. Thank you, dude. Second contribution of the day. Thank you, dude. Big time on what? Let's see. What was that? BitGet. Oh, yeah. I mean, dude, it's been here. It's been great. Right? We looked at this like 2 weeks ago. I mean, it's phenomenal. Look at the divergence here. Remember the bullish divergence? Anything above 5.6 cents is on the weekly. I mean, probably nothing until 15 cents. Yep. You had an inverted hammer situation. Positive momentum again. Yeah, I mean, some people could say aggressively 23 cent big time. I've been looking at the daily, really. Daily, yeah, wow. Some really nice accumulation going on. Yeah, anything above 5.6 cents, you're in great shape. And then look, the candle close test here. They rallied it, they back tested it. Yeah, this is solid. Yeah, and I think your upside target probably about 14 cents on the daily. Swing lows, swing low. A lot of tests as support here. That would probably be your target. 14 cents on big time. You wouldn't want to own it below 5.6 cents. But hey, seems like they've been testing it and correlating positively to it long enough. And you just never know when these things can just pop. What was a 113 shark? I don't know if we made a 113% retrace. No, not quite. Got to a 107, 108% retrace. Yeah. Okay, so if it did high to low, 50% retrace. Wow, there you go. A 50% retrace for a bearish 5.0 would take you to 14 cents. X marks the spot eventually. This is going to require some, Bitcoin staying above 91.5. It's going to, the whole market is going to need Bitcoin staying above 91.5 for any sort of sustained runs for more than a few days. Okay. Great stuff, man. I can't believe it's big time, man. It's big time. Mag 7. Let's look at the best to the worst. Tesla up 5.37% on bad earnings yesterday. Real bad earnings. They gapped it up to do what? Nothing. They didn't even, the gap is open below you. Are we making higher highs yet? Are we recapturing 260 yet? No, not yet. Right? So maybe this argument isn't as strong. It's still there though. You just gotta wonder, like, what are they painting here? Just holding 221. Yeah, 260. I mean, maybe they are trying to like do this. It will be interesting if they are trying to do this, and then here it's like one low, the second low locally. It could be very interesting. Yeah, is it time to long Tesla right here on that? Or do we wait for 205, 209? The market is so neurotic right now. But that's a structure, man. Been going on since March 10th. So we now have like 44 days of development. Yeah, hard to say. It's all right. Better than the index funds. They don't really look like this. They just look like Chop City everywhere. Amazon up 4.2, 8%. Okay, they gapped it up, but you'd think the gap's going to fill below you soon. At least we're above 177, but we're below 188, and that's just another big level from years ago. Remember, the market, it's up 4.2% due to one tweet from one man, and that's it. It didn't really change anything. You're not making higher highs yet. And you just created more problems for yourself with gaps to fill below you. Meta up 4%. See, and this one's just like, there's nothing redeeming about it outside of, wow, they maybe put in a bottom here locally. 1 and 2 randomly, not really at any key level. But on the gap up, all they did was test 531 formally as resistance for the first time. Remember, they broke it and we just gapped down a couple times. See this gap down crap. Gap down again. Gap up. Gap up. It's ridiculous. So, but on this gap up, 531.30, it was resistance. It's resistance again. And then they sold it all day, and then we got a formal confirmed candle close below the entire inflection zone. That's not good price action with an unfilled gap below you at $500. Okay, yeah, maybe it's just going to keep gapping up forever, dude. Trump's going to tweet something again, and the market's going to pump. It's going to gap up. Okay, whatever. Yeah, gap life. NVIDIA up 3.86%. Well, you know, $97 is a big deal. An old all-time high from March last year. We said yesterday that, hey, it'd be cool if they springed and back-tested the spring. Could go on a more pronounced rally if that happens, but unfilled gap. I don't know how it sustains. If they fill the gap and it still holds, man, could be going to 118 again. But all you got so far is lower highs, lower lows, and maybe now, I don't think there's enough time or data yet to say it's a high or low for sure, because you could rally, put in another lower high, or fill the gap here at 111 and then draw down. It's looking at this stuff's crazy, man. All right, it's crazy. Google. Okay, well, 146. 146, an old all-time high from August 2021. There it is. You see it? You tested 160 as resistance, rolled over, and they formally tested it as support. Gapped up and gapped up again. So even if they filled the gap, you still might be okay. So you wonder, are we putting in a higher low on these equities now, or is it just bull crap? That is just like Nvidia and Google showing these potential spring back tests, which isn't bad, right? They violated a key level. The sellers did. Then the buyers wouldn't say the buyers. Trump recaptured the level with his tweet. Saved the market. I mean, dude, it was over. He saved it. And now we sold off again. And this time, that level that was violated is now reconfirmed as support. And that's where we are. Okay. So structurally, what is it, like descending broadening wedge? Yeah, descending broadening wedge on Google for now. Apple, unfilled gaps, gapped up 2 days in a row now. Let's see, it gapped up. The next day on the 15th, it didn't do anything. Gap down, gapped up, gap down, gap up, gap up. Yeah, I mean, anything above 196, 198 is great. I mean, that's a huge deal of a level. It could run to 216, 220, or come and fill the gap tomorrow and back test that level. This is definitely one of the hardest markets to trade in. I mean, So if you want to roll the dice, which I think that's what you're doing, take a shot, man. Yeah, we don't know if a higher low is getting put in. We're just going to run now. And it's probably still going to... They fill the gap and then we roll over later. Just unfilled gaps, dude. Microsoft. God, man. 2 gap ups. Well, it's like... Gap down, gap down, gap down, gap up, gap up. I mean, we're in consecutive gap modes, right? It's like... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row of gaps. B-Marts, oh my god!
March tipped $150. Kangs.
B-Marts, holy crap, man. Thank you so much for the $150 contribution. I really appreciate that. I think I might buy some hot chicken tonight or something in your honor. Hot chicken is... I found a spot down here that's unbelievable. And it's called Bros. Like, Bros Hot Chicken. I mean, it's like crack. It is like a drug. It tastes so... And they make their own ranch. It's like a culinary renaissance in my mouth, man. It is... So, maybe it is crack. Yeah, dude. I didn't think about it like that. By the way, sorry, we missed it. Look on the lates. Daily candle has closed. Unfilled gaps, dude. Okay, above 344, you're okay, but you're just flipping coins. 388, 397, 344. You're just at 374. Gap up, gap down. Have fun. 5 days in a row of gapping up and down. Rubik's Cube. Bitcoin, though, right? Oh, thank God. No gaps on Bitcoin. Oh, they would gap it. It's so hard. If they could, they would. All right, but they can't. Now, we do have an unfilled gap on CME futures. No one wants to hear about this anymore, okay? No one wants to hear about it. I'm sorry. I got to show you. We're screwed, chat. We're screwed. Not really, because the gap it's okay. I mean, if we did go to 91,880, it would fulfill multiple things on this chart. We would get a formal bullish back test of the key support manufactured beginning in November of last year. And at the same time of testing it, reconfirming it as support, we would fill the gap. It would make all the sense in the world to see 91.9 on futures, which 91.9 on spot is what what's going on. We tested that today, but there is a slight premium on futures. We only got as low as 92.8. Wow, the spread is kind of $1,000. $1,000, yeah, $1,000 premium between spot and futures. At the lows today or yesterday. So, but that's just sitting there. And that's the only gap anywhere near you. Dude, what about the $9,000 gap? Or what was it? Something stupid. Yeah. All right. Well, good news is there's just nothing to look at till 100K. I mean, outside of the gap, if we're talking about downside, the gap fill, the back test. 91.8, but above you, 100K, $100,000. Say 99.3, 99.5 to 100K. That is on deck. So worst case, hopefully, would just be this, and then that. That would make me a happy man. Well, actually, I'd be a happy man, the happiest man ever, if it was just this. Then this, then that. Okay, whatever. Anyway, sorry about the gap talk. It's like we can't help it, dude. They're gonna be gap talk. So Bitcoin, that was, if you formally the highest daily candle close confirmed since March 2nd. So we're talking 7-week highs on Bitcoin. Oh, I know, dude. The 9K gap fill, bro. Yup. Never filling, dude. Okay. Never gonna fill. Sorry. Did you forget, like, institutions? Oh, no. Yeah, I gotta get Brave browser. My ad block doesn't work anymore in here. Yeah, institutions. MicroStrategy. Too many buyers. You're never getting a 9K again. They'd have to shut off the internet. And then how will we even know Bitcoin will be at 9K at that point? And then imagine how big the gap would be if the internet did shut down. We would fill that gap. Then we would have gap to the upside, bros. Yep, in the news yesterday of like SoftBank and Bitfinex and the other party, like they're creating a new entity that is going to try to be MicroStrategy. So we're not going the other way. You understand? There are not people starting funds to own Bitcoin and acquire it, and they're closing up shop and stopping. It's not happening. It's the other way around. Only every day are people realizing, oh, what Bitcoin is, what it stands for, and institutions know that, and the institutions want to facilitate the consumer's needs and wants because they can make a fee on it. So they're not gonna eventually. I mean, if you got old boomers, okay. I'm sorry if you're a boomer, but if you're a boomer right now and you're in some sort of wealth management position and you're just like still not behind Bitcoin, you will be outed. You will be gone. You're gonna be retiring soon. No one wants your opinion, what you think. You don't get it, and you never will. And it's time for you to be gone. And when you get replaced, the person who replaces you will be pro-Bitcoin. They will understand. And so that's where we're going. What, 10,000 boomers a day are like retiring? 10,000 a day, man. New jobs. Oh, people getting promoted all the time. That are younger, that have open minds, that understand where we're going. All right, we had Ethereum, highest daily candle close since early April. Pathetic. But nice to see a fall through candle after the bullish engulfing, and soon we'll be testing the supply line. We break that supply line, a quick run in 1972, 2050. XRP. Man, look what they did, man. I wonder how many of the XRP base got faked out today when they tested that neckline and they were breaking it, and it was like, we're gonna do it, man. We're gonna take over the... And before they finished their sentence, we were right back below the level and we closed below it, and that's it. Lame. Very lame. It was up like 3+% at the highs. Solana, highest daily candle close confirmed since March 2nd, right in line with Bitcoin. A little bit more upside, 160, 162, and you probably there's gonna be supply there. So BNB was down, you know, I mean, and it's definitely, I hope it's fake, but we're just identifying a tweezer top, a potential tweezer top. It could just, they engulf it. All right, never mind, but it's there. 2 intraday highs, back-to-backs, tweezer top. So we'll see. Hard to believe if Bitcoin rallies here, but we understand CME futures gap. I think Bitcoin spot would have to go probably to like 90,600, 90,800 for the 91,800 level to fill on the CME futures, but Not really concerned about it at all. I think what we did today was a spectacular piece of data. All right, you have to understand. It was a good piece of data. Probably would have been cooler if it was a red candle, like just an indecision joke candle back test. But man, that's great. I mean, this is positive. When have we been able to say it, man? We're getting positive price action correlation to levels for the first time. First time since like mid-January. Because after that, negative price action correlation to key level. Negative price action to key, I guess positive price action correlation, that's crazy volatility. But then negative price action correlation to key levels all throughout February. I remember skiing in Breckenridge. Pizza, hot dog, let's go. Then crashed, then rallied, and then negative price action correlation to levels. Negative price action correlation to the supply line 200 moving average, confirmation highs, and roll over again. And they were taking it down to the old all-time high from last year, saved by a Trump tweet. Legit, saved by a Trump tweet. And it was real. So finally, I mean, I guess positive price action correlation on the breakout, back test to breakout, you could say that. And now we got more positive price action here. So, I mean, I'm all for that. I love positive price action. That's right. Ski uphill from the beer. But hey, the good news about the negative price action correlation, there were no surprises here when we crashed. None here. Wyckoff distribution. Hello, every stream. What are you doing? Doesn't look good. My God, I remember how, like, better be careful. We're in Breckenridge. I'm skiing. Got the mountains behind me. Better be careful. What happened just like days later? We broke it. Last points of supply was so evident here. But hey, the good news is damage is done. And hopefully things are turning around, starting with the dragon. Any pullbacks you get, we're in good shape. I think as long as you stay above 74.6, anything else, anything above that's gonna be a higher low eventually. So yeah, dude, let's look at Sin, dude. Sin coin, yeah, bro. Is that even my watch list anymore? Yeah, it is. It's up 18%. Oh my God, what?
Bruh.
Who cares, dude? A liquid scam coin. What was it up? 90% a second ago? It's up 19% now. Oh, they're testing this level as resistance. What a joke. Yep, so on the new day, Bitcoin is at its low point, 93,500. Asia's awake. Been live now over an hour, and I am sorry, I'm really tired. Super exhausted. I think we got the requests, yeah. There were 3 contributions today total. So, all right. Well, let's just try to hold 91.9. Oh yeah, MicroStrategy chart. We'll look at it for sure. It did some good things, man. Highest price seen on MicroStrat since. Did we get? Yeah, since January 30th. Broke supply line. Yeah, rejoice, but ended up on the day only at 0.79%. Unfilled gap filled, and yeah, that's it. I mean, it's just beholden to Bitcoin. If Bitcoin has a good day, most likely MicroStrategy will continue to run. If Bitcoin has a bad day, to fill that gap at 91.9 or whatever on CME futures, it's going to be pulling back. But any pullback that's higher ends up higher than 239. Accumulation. Thanks, Carl, man. Likewise. RV, not min. Yeah, MicroStrategy, highest level since January. That's freaking amazing. Breakout of the supply line, and also the break yesterday of the old March 2000 all-time high. Right here. There
Over
it is,
here,
man.
I could not find a wealth management firm that would deal with Bitcoin. Best I could do is mange it jointly, and for now. Peas, fix the alert, yay.
Fix the alert.
Is that a joint?
Angry Abuelo, thank you so much, dude. 420. I'm gonna try to read that again. Deal with Bitcoin. Yeah, forget these people. Forget these people. I mean, Bitcoin is proven to be a form of risk management over given enough time. So, yeah, people are gonna, I don't know what it's gonna take. Bitcoin goes to 100K, not good enough. Nah, still scam, still fake, still speculative, still not good. I'm at what, 200K, still not good, still scam. What's gonna be at $1 million? People are gonna be like, nah, dude, still scam. No, still irresponsible to own. No. Who are these people? These people are delusional. And they're wrong too, because they're I know lots of risk management wealth managers. I know them personally. They don't talk like that. They understand Bitcoin. They're like younger. They're not like 60, 70. But they're like, hey, 50, 45. They get it. So I don't know. It's probably a very polarized world. Yeah, gold's at its high of the day. U.S. futures they're hanging in there. Green candle. S&P's flat on the day. Nasdaq flat. Dow Jones down 0.09%. Russell 2000 just skating along a key level right here, trying to break it. And Bitcoin's just down $300. What? Dude, Synapse was up like 90% at the highs. Yeah, this is what happens. Illiquid scam coins. They go to all-time lows and then they randomly pump one day. It happens. Joe Potter asking how much of one's portfolio should be allocated to Bitcoin on average. Man, there are billionaires that have like 90% of their assets in Bitcoin, but then you have billionaires that have like 10% of their assets in Bitcoin, or 1% or 2%. Dude, it just depends on your conviction levels on Bitcoin, to be real. Yeah. Like, I think the more you truly understand Bitcoin and where we're heading, the easier it is to allocate more of your net worth into Bitcoin. What's up, Coin, man? Kodak, how did it do on the pump days? Still making higher lows, but controversial area. Yeah, man. It's really looked like an M shape, 886 retrace, and all the higher lows coming in. I mean, I would tell you this coiner, dude. If you're above 571, you're pretty good. If you're below 571, I don't think it's as strong. Yeah, above 629, which you're not above, is a really good level. But who knows? It could be like this forever. Yeah, the fundamentals, I'm not sure what they are on this Kodak. They don't just do pictures, right? She's got a zone here. Yeah, let's keep the higher lows up. Let's break 629. You break 629, they could have a huge pump, huge rally. Just saying. So, all right, and Bitcoin's weekly right here. All right, this is an incredible development, and this is newer data. All right, over the past couple weeks, and now it's starting to look more real. All right, look at your oscillator on the weekly. Here is your low on price. Here is your much higher low on price. We are now starting to get every histogram wick that is lower and closer to neutral, the more able we're to say you have hidden bullish divergence developing, all right? Implied continuation, and it's now starting to, 3 in a row now of receding negative momentum. So implied continuation, the buyers front ran the target. The target area was 73.8. And we got to 74.2. 600 point difference, whatever. Pretty much that's it. And then at that low, the rally ensued. Bullish engulfing candle. Follow through candle last week. All right, remember, Japanese candlesticks. First candle, great. Next candle, we need follow through. We got it. And guess what happened after the follow through candle? Boom. Huge rally. We still have 4 days to go into this weekly candle that is an $8,423 candle right now. A massive one. So that March 3rd, the week of March crash, first week of March, down 14.39%. It's all recovered. We're back. Back to where we were for 3+ effing months. We're back. And maybe we're starting to develop something good. Hidden bullish divergence on the weekly. Not bad. What's up, Crystals, man? Thanks for watching. Thanks for the comments on the VODs. Yeah, dude. I don't know about y'all, but I'm saying, like, if you comment on my live streams that become VODs, like, I see everything. I'm going to be, like, eating dinner. I'm going to be hanging out with somebody. I'm going to be somewhere. And if you like comment on my VOD, which is my old stream, I'll see it. I'll read it. I'm gonna heart it probably. So I'm just saying, you can do that. It's cool when people do it. I like when people comment on the VOD. So feel free if you're inclined. I've never talked about that. Just saying. And some people are consistent in their comments, and it's like, okay, I like it, man. All right, well, I'm just telling you, anything above $91,900 on Bitcoin is a freaking incredible time. And you should be positive and feel great. Below it, yeah, not great, man. But above it, no controversy. Extremely good. And consequences could take us up another 7%, which would be $99,300. So just let's pay attention to the level we have successfully regarded as support as of yesterday. And let's see if there's any fall through to that, if it means anything or not. Confident I can't answer that directly, but it's some, okay? It's some. More than one. That's all I can say. If I go further, I'm not trying to get a target, you know. But yeah, man. And it's been that way for close to 8 years. Yes, Boone. Thanks for being here, man. Yeah, answer, never enough. You're right. Never enough Bitcoin. Never enough MSTU, Kappa. 2024! Best year of my life. Alright. Thanks for coming out. Thanks again, B March, for that 150. Anonymous, thank you. Angro Bolo, thanks for the contributions. I'll be back. Until next time, respect the TA.